Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, April 29, and we are doing a special edition of how to pay off mortgages in 7 years from the Black Think Tank. All right, Jared, I'm excited about today. What about you?
I'm very, very excited. Really big fan of the Black Think Tank. Really excited to bring this information to this community. And if you've never been here before, you want to pull out your notepad because this is a room that is going to teach you how to look at amortization schedules, how to look at uh, how you look at your mortgage. And we're literally going to show you how to take a 30 to 40-year mortgage and pay it off in 7 to 9 years. And we typically do this in Don's club, which is the Pill Method Club. So I'm going to put that link at the top right now. What I would love for everybody to do is to make sure you click that link at the top and follow the club. Why? Because we do this room in the club Monday, Fridays, and Sundays in the month of May, 8 a.m. Eastern time on Monday and Friday, and then Sunday. And so we want you to become part of the community and also make sure you're following Don, make sure you're following Tanya, and make sure you're following um, Kenyatta as well. All right. But this room today, we're going to be breaking down how to look at refinance, how to look at mortgages, but also how to look at student loans, how to look at credit card debt, how to look at car loans as well. So we really want this room to be very interactive because the more questions that the Black Think Tank asks, the better the experience will be for the Black Think Tank because you'll be able to hear the questions, how Don answers the questions, and not only that, but you'll also be able to see it live on your computer screen if you have a computer near you. So what we do here in the Pill Method is we actually stream this on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And so I'm going to put a link, I'm going to put into the chat the instructions to get on the live stream. But just to give it to you verbally, what you would do is you go to your laptop, your iPad, or your desktop. You type in ice10kvideos.com, and that will take you to Don's YouTube channel. You'll find the box that says live, and then you'll go ahead and click that, and you'll be able to see Don in the studio putting up the numbers and showing you how he pays off the right amount of mortgage at the right amount of time to get the most interest saved. So we really look forward to you being in this room. Sharing is caring, and that's something that is very important for this room. Why? Because the community has no idea how to look at banks. Banks don't want you to know this method. They don't want you to understand how to get a mortgage paid off in 7 to 9 years because it cuts into their revenue significantly. But we're not worried about cutting into the bank's revenue. We're more so focused on creating generational wealth within our community. And that generational wealth can be redistributed back into our kids' inheritance, back into more investments, back into our, lifestyle. And so in order for us to have that in our community, we want to share this room to as many people as possible. So we have 35 people here. While Don explains what the pill method is and how we came up with it, I would love for everybody to just share this room. And let's get this up to like 15, 20 shares. And let's get this room as big as possible so as many people can be impacted as possible. So with that being said, I'd like to give it to the man of the hour, Don, who will tell you more about the pill method, how he came up with it, and what you can experience in today's room. So Don, you got it.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Don Daniel, founder of Pill Method International, and good morning, Black Think Tank. The Pill Method we're establishing a new home here in the Black Think Tank, and I appreciate everything that we're doing. We're actually a sponsor of the Black Think Tank's event coming up in June, the Juneteenth celebration, and we are actually going to be in the house. We're going to be there at that particular time for that event. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Don Daniel, founder of Pill Method International, a better way to eliminate debt. We have a book by the same name that's a bestseller on Amazon. And with this information, people are now able to cut their interest cost, not their interest rate, but their interest cost by 75%. What do I mean by that? Did you realize that when you have a mortgage, for 30 years at 3% interest, even on a $200,000 loan, the bank wants $103,000 interest on a $200,000 mortgage at 3%. What? 3% interest really means I have to pay back $103,000 in interest over 30 years? You better believe it. That makes it a 51% loan. At 4%, you're going to pay back 71% of what you borrowed. At 5%, you're going to pay back 93% of what you borrowed. At 6%, you're going to actually pay back more interest than you borrowed in principal, a 115.838%. That's what amortization does to a loan. And what we're here to tell you is that the way that loans have been configured is 88 years old this year. And virtually no one knows how a loan actually works. This is why we reduced the moving parts down to four main principles. The P.I.L.L method. P stands for prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage and liquidity. P.I.L.L, prepayment of principal, isolating the principal amount, leverage, and liquidity. Every single facet of lending can be reduced to these four principles. And why is that important? Once you understand that, once you understand these principles, you will be able to use your current budget. You don't need more money. You can use your current budget to kill all of your loans, and cut your interest cost by about 75%. Not just mortgages, but your mortgage, your credit cards, your student loans, your car loans, everything that carries interest. You can pay off all of your debt in an average of 7 to 9 years, eliminating up to $200,000 to $250,000 in interest you never have to pay, all because you know how to do it. That's what we're going to be talking about here. I'm going to show you some of the basics of how interest cancellation actually works. I can't wait to get into it. So listen, if you have any questions about how loans work, about interest rates, about higher interest rates, we're going to be tapping into some of that right now. And I'm going to give you a little clue right now, Jared, for the Black think tank community. Right now, interest rates are at like a 12-week high. I mean, they're rising. In some places, 5% or more. I'm here to tell you, and anybody who wants to know can come up and ask. You can actually save more money and pay off a loan faster with a 5% interest rate than you can with a 2.9. I need one brave soul to come up and ask, say, listen, Don, prove that to me today. Show me how a 5% loan is better than a 2.9% loan. I'll be glad to show you. Let's start there. I just need one brave soul to come up and ask that question today. Back to you, Jared.
And I see a brave soul raise their hand. Taria, I see your hands raised. Invited you to the stage. So if you can click the accept, we'll get you on stage to answer your question. But like Don said, the more interactive this room, the better. This room goes for 2 hours, and it goes by really fast because this information is pretty mind-blowing. So definitely raise your hand, come on stage. And as I mentioned before, we're streaming this on YouTube. The instructions are in the chat. But let's get right into it. I want to just go ahead and do some quick moderator introductions, and then we're going to answer the questions that are asked of the from the audience. So my name is Jared Albert, and I do a lot of rooms on tech. Check out my replays. And yeah, I'll just keep it short and sweet. Kenyatta is about to board the plane. So Kenyatta is our official commercial lender of the P.I.L.L method. So she's a financial service provider, entrepreneur of over 20 years, Illinois real estate broker, investor, instructor, and she's an interest cancellation agent and the rich auntie. Check out her profile. You can also find her information at, I believe, Kenyatta10k.com. and she is one of our rock star co-hosts on this show. So definitely tap in with her.
There she is.
It yeah yeah she texted me that she's on the plane. She's giving me showing some love. If you want to say anything, Kenyatta, you're always welcome to speak. But yeah, I was just following your lead. But Credit Goddess, would love for you to introduce yourself to the people. All right, Credit Goddess might be away. So Credit Goddess, her name says it all. She is the credit queen of the P.I.L.L method. So anything business credit, personal credit, she is your woman, and she hosts a lot of amazing rooms on Clubhouse. 10K cards, you're up next. All right, so 10K
Hey
cards.
guys, what's up? Love being here with the 2-year-old and the 5-year-old CEO, but I'm just here to show some love. Back to you, Jordan.
Right. 10K always showing that love. And then Tanya, nice to meet you. I'm not sure if we've done stages together, but not sure if you have a question or you're a moderator. Don, you let me know. But Tanya, you can go ahead and introduce yourself. All right. And Tanya, are you here to ask a question, or Don, is Tanya up here to ask a question?
I'm just meeting her today, so
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Tanya, are you around? All right.
yeah,
So
she dropped herself down for some reason.
okay, cool. She might be busy, taking care of something. But with that being said, who is going to be the brave soul to say, Don, how is a 5% interest rate better than a 2.9%? We love the crowd participation. I want to start it off with crowd participation. So, who is going to raise their hand and come to the stage? Um, we're waiting. Anybody? Anybody got a question about student loans, car loans, etc.? All right. So with that being said, Don, looks like we got a shy crowd. But
Listen,
again,
we're trying to bring some people up. So if listen, we see your hand, we just can't bring you up. So you may want to go out and come back in. There may be a glitch in the app this morning, but
we
we
got
do see
somebody
you.
that came up.
Yeah.
All right. So Brooklyn, thank you so much for coming to the stage. Please ask your question.
Yeah, why is the 5% is better than the 2% loan?
Brooklyn, listen, will you can we talk just a little bit?
Yes,
All right. When you hear that, what does that say to you? Oh, what did you think about that when you first heard that?
it's it sound I can't believe it. You understand? That's why I'm asking that question. Like you said, that's a brave question to ask because it doesn't sound right.
All right. Can you do you have a tablet or computer nearby so that you can actually see this on YouTube?
Yes, I do.
All right. So you want to go to are you watching us on YouTube right now?
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
Are you watching us on YouTube right now?
No,
All
I'm
right. You
on
want to go to
Clubhouse.
ICE 10K videos. ICE is interest cancellation expert. So ICE 10K videos.com. It will take you directly to our YouTube channel and you'll see the one that says live. Click on that one and you'll be able to see what we're doing. Make sure you turn down the volume on your
Is
computer or your tablet.
Says ice10k.com.
Nope, ICE10K videos.com. That's
Okay,
what you want to
all right,
type in.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. So listen, you'll be able to see our example, and Kurt is saying, Don, you need to put that up so people can see it. So I'm putting it up right now so you can actually see what I'm looking at. Okay. So first of all, let me know when you're in there, Brooklyn, and you can see what's going on, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to be showing here, I've got to lay a little groundwork for folks who have not seen this before. Right now, I'm going to teach you how to cancel interest on a loan, what it means to cancel interest on your loans this morning. Right now, I have a $200,000 mortgage at 6% in here, and the payment is $1,199.10. Let me show you some things that we need to understand about this. We have 5 people in here right now. If you want to see what we're talking about, go ahead and click on and put into your browser ice10kvideos.com and go to our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see that. And while you're there, go ahead and click subscribe so you can see everything that we're doing here in the Pill Method Club. So, folks, we have $200,000 in borrowed money. If you look on the left-hand column, you will see how much interest the bank wants for a $200,000 loan. $231,676 on a 6% loan. Look at this. Total interest paid as a percentage of principal. Look over on the right side, 115.838%. Man, how did they get away with that? How did we miss that? So let's scroll down. Look at payment number 1. Payment number 1 says 100 out of the $1,199.10. That's nearly $1,200. Out of that $1,200, only $199.10 goes to principal. $1,000 goes to interest. How fair is that? So you're paying, if you take a look at the principal column here, column number 1, you're paying back this loan with $200 payments. It doesn't matter what your mortgage payment says. Only the principal part pays down the loan. The interest part goes to the bank. Interest is nothing more than rent on your money. That's it. So we're going to show you how not to pay all of that rent. But first of all, let's understand how this works. So when you pay the $199.10 and the $1,000 that goes to interest, we reduce the principal balance from $200,000 down to $199,800.90. The principal balance determines how much interest you pay on the very next line, period. Okay? That determines it. So what we're going to do here is show you that this $199.80, if you look at the very next line, because you owe less, you're going to pay less interest. And we look at the very next line, the interest cost goes from $1,000 down to only $999. Not a big difference at all. And the dollar that went to interest now goes over to principal. So now you're paying $200.10 in principal and only $999 in interest. So the next month is based on the principal balance on line 2. So you see line 2, you look at line 3 to know what to do. So remember this. The principal balance on any loan, you look at the next line to see what you pay in interest. So we're going to take that. Now, let's just say we make a payment, our very first payment in January. All right. So Brooklyn, are you seeing this?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to need you to help me out here. Okay.
Yes.
All right, great. So we have here $199.10 going to principal, $1,000 going to interest. How does that make you feel when you see something like that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So now let's pretend we're starting the payment in January. Hold on, folks. I got to plug my computer in.
All right. While he's doing that, just want to remind everybody, if you want to see this on your iPad, laptop, or desktop, go over to your browser so you can see this on the big screen and stay on Clubhouse. Type in ice10kvideos.com. The instructions are in the chat. And once you get there, choose the panel that says live, and you'll see Don in the studio right now putting these numbers on the screen, showing you how he cancels off 20 years, 22 years, 23 years on your 30-year mortgage. This is not clickbait. This is not a fantasy. This is real life strategy. So you want to see it on your screen, go there. And thank you to the 13 people that have shared the room. Let's continue to share. We call that social digital currency. Don could be charging a ton of money for this, and he actually, does for some corporate clients, etc. But we're spreading the word on Clubhouse, so that all we ask for entry is just to share the room so that more people can see it and we can impact more people's lives. Thank you so much to everybody that's sharing. And Don, I'm gonna pass it back to you.
All right, folks. All right. Brooklyn, it's me and you again, sir. So
Yeah.
we're going to pretend that we're making our very first payment in January. So the January payment is made. We don't owe anything until February, correct?
Yes.
Can you see February's principal payment? Just the principal payment. How much do we need to
Yes.
pay in February?
The principal alone is 210 cents.
Okay, now, based on what you know to be true, do you have to wait till February to give the bank an extra $200.10?
No.
If you had it, could you give it to the bank in January?
Yes.
Well, if we did, guess what? None of this money goes to interest. All of this money would go to principal. So you're actually paid down to line 2 in January if you did that. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So we just got rid of line 2 on the amortization schedule for just $200.10, not $1,200. Did you know a loan worked like that?
No.
All right. So if we're paid down to line 2 already, our next mortgage payment for February is on what line of the schedule now?
3.
Exactly. Because remember, when you're on a principal balance, you always look to the next line to see what to do. So our next February payment, our February payment is actually on line 3 of this schedule. How about that?
Wow.
Where you're paying 201.10 and 998 in interest. So here's my question to you, Brooklyn. The 999 interest, the $999 in interest on line 2, what happened to that?
It goes down to 998.
You know, that's what most people think. Even people who work in the banking industry believe that. But the truth of the matter is, you just canceled $999 in interest you never have to pay.
Yeah.
That is eliminated. The overall interest that you're supposed to be paying on this loan is $231,000. We just reduced that by $999. That's a nearly $1,000 you saved just by giving the bank $200 early. You see, you know when you pay on a loan early, right? You know you're saving interest and you know you're saving time. The problem has always been, Brooklyn, no one knew how much money they were saving when they paid something. Now you can know. What do you think about that?
Amazing.
Would you like to hear something even more amazing than that?
Yes.
All right, here we go. So let's make that payment in January again, right? Now that you've learned this, what if we had just a little bit of money in the bank and we made our payment in January and we decided to give the bank the principal payment on line 2, line 3, and line 4? That's $200.10, 201.10, and 202.10. That is $603.30. What if we added that to the pot in January as well? What would happen to the interest on line 2, 3, and 4?
It disappeared.
It disappears. So if you were to round that up, that's almost how much money?
800.
No, I'm talking about the 3
Oh.
interest payments. About how much was that? About $3,000 saved?
Yeah. Yes.
So for $600 paid early, that's money you were going to have to pay anyway, correct?
Yes.
You could pay it early and save yourself nearly $3,000 in interest. And if you did this, you took and you gave line 2, 3, and 4, your next payment would be on what line of the schedule?
5.
Exactly. Payment number 1 is now touching payment number 5. We just got rid of 3 payments we never have to make. We just eliminated or canceled almost $3,000 worth of interest by learning how to read an amortization schedule. How do you like that?
Amazing.
All right. Are you ready for something even more amazing?
Yes.
All right. So I need you now to start paying attention to column 3 and column 4. That's cumulative principal and cumulative interest. These two columns will add up for you all the principal and interest on every line. Do you see that?
Yes.
So on line 12, you see that we will pay down this loan if we do it the bank's way. If you take a look at line 12, after 1 year, we pay this thing down by $2,456 and a penny. Do you see that?
Yes.
How much interest does the bank want in 12 months? Look at column 4 on line 12, immediately to the right.
Or like 11,933 and 19 cents.
Are you kidding me? The bank wants $12,000
12,000. Yeah.
just to pay your loan down by $2,456.
Wow.
Now, listen, you know there's something wrong with that system, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Based on what you've already learned this morning, now you already know right now, Brooklyn, you already know more than 99% of all loan officers in the United States of how a loan works. Do you know when you're a loan officer and work for a bank, they don't teach you this?
Wow. It's crazy.
I know. So let me take a look at this 245601. We know we have to give that back to the bank because that's money we borrowed, correct?
Yes.
Here's my next question. Do you have to give this money to the bank in 12 monthly installments?
No.
If you had it, could you give it to the bank all at one time on line 1?
Yes.
If you did, would you be paid down to line 12 in 1 month?
Yes.
What would happen to all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12?
It will cancel.
What do you say to that, my friend?
Like I said, amazing.
So,
information.
so here's what just happened. If we do it the bank's way, to move the loan from point A, that's at the top, to point B, just 12 months from now, okay, the bank wants $11,933 in interest to do that. Okay, we just did the same thing by advancing that money to the loan. Now, if there may be some people who are looking at this that may not believe it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a calculator on the screen. Okay. So we've got calculator on the screen right now, and we're going to pay this 245601. We're going to pay it all at one time to the loan. All right. So we start out with $200,000, right?
Yes.
And I'm going to subtract the 2456.01 all at one time rather than in 12 monthly installments. So if we do that all at one time, it comes to $197,543.99. That's the exact same number that's right here on line 12, isn't it?
Yes.
So you've got two ways to do this. You can give this to the bank in 12 monthly installments, and each time you give it to the bank in a monthly installment, you have to give them nearly $1,000 in interest each time. But if you give it to them all at once, it makes it impossible for them to charge you this interest, doesn't it?
Yep.
And so you pay it down to here. So you move the line. So instead of going from point A to point B, and it costs $11,000 to do that, this way it only costs $1,000 to move it to line 12. What do you say about that?
Amazing.
Now that you know the basics, I can now teach you why having a 5% loan can pay off better and faster than a 2.9% loan. Are you ready for this now?
Yes.
Okay, man. Here we go. I'm going to put this in here, and then we're going to duplicate this tab. So now I'm going to put in a 300. Got the wrong stuff. Get this out of here. I'm going to put in a $350,000 loan. Okay. And here we go. $350,000. All right. While I'm setting this up, we got RB on the stage. Jared, why don't you introduce her while I'm getting this set up?
Awesome. So we got a powerhouse on the stage. RB, please let everybody know who you are and what you do. All right, we got some busy entrepreneurs on the stage, but you know what? It shows how much they respect what Don is doing, how important is the community. They came on stage just to ping people into the room, and to make sure that their community is aware of this information. So we'd love for you to have that same energy and ping people into this room, because this is some mind-blowing stuff. But RB, I don't know if you flash your mic, but if you're free, go for it.
Hey, good morning. I just came in to support. My name is RB, licensed realtor in the state of New York and Connecticut. Also, a buy and hold investor on the multifamily residential side, and a fan of the P.I.L.L method, right? And hoping that everybody's coming out to the event that's going on May 20th to the 23rd, correct?
20 through the 22nd.
20th to the 22nd. Okay. Yeah, to that event that's coming up. And just wanted to come in here and give some support if anybody needs any help with either buying or selling real estate, or if you happen to be in the New York area. On May 19th, we're doing a real estate professionals and entrepreneur networking events. You can get all the information from the link in my bio or either my RB 10K card.
Awesome. Thank you so much, RB. And yeah, the event that she's talking about is going to be amazing. It'll be in Nashville, Tennessee, or you can watch it virtually. The link is at the top, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that after this example. But you should absolutely click the link and check it out. All right, Don, you ready?
I am ready.
All right, let's go.
All right. So here's what we've got, folks. We've got two loans on here, one at 2.99% and the other one at 5%. They're both $350,000. So, Brooklyn, I need your help this morning, sir. So now,
Yes.
so we got $350,000, 2.99%, and everybody is trying to get the lowest interest rate possible, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, that's what everybody looks for. And then do you see this payment? I mean, a $350,000 house at 2.99, you can get that for $1,473.73. That's a lot lower than most people's rent.
Yep.
Okay. So this is what people look at. But what they don't realize is this: on a $350,000 loan, you got to wait for it to catch up in your screen a little bit. On a $350,000 loan, even at 2.99, the bank wants $180,000 in interest. This number is not 2.99% of this number. That number is 51.584%. That is still a lot of money in interest, even at 2.99, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go over what you've learned so far. Okay. So we've got how much money going to principal and how much money going to interest on line one on this 2.99% mortgage.
600 for principal, 601, and 872 for interest.
There you go. So if this is our January payment, then what do we have to do to eliminate the $870 in interest on line two? What do we have to do if we're already in January? What do we have to do to get rid of that $870 that we're supposed to pay in February? What do we have to do to get rid of that?
Pay the principal for line 2 for February, 603, and the 601 for January together.
Look at that. He's up. Listen, you got it, man. So all you have to do is pay that early.
Yeah.
And you can get rid of the $870 in interest. And then you would be on line 3 of the amortization schedule for February. It's that easy, isn't it?
Yep.
All right. Now, let me take a look here. I also want you to see cumulative principal and cumulative interest. Okay. Now we've got $7,319.54 going to principal in 1 year, correct?
Yes.
And the bank wants $10,365 in interest in 1 year on this loan, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, If we had the money, now, I'm not saying everybody needs to do it this way. We're just trying to understand how loans work. So I'm not teaching you the pill method. We're just learning how to read an amortization schedule right now. Okay.
Yes.
All right. If there are any new people in the room right now, Jared, how can they see this example as well?
Yep. So if you want to read the instructions, they're in the chat. But if you want to follow along to what I'm saying, what you're going to do is slide over to your iPad or a desktop or your laptop, open it up, type into your browser ice10kvideos.com. That's ice10kvideos.com. That'll take you straight to Don's YouTube channel. You will click the panel that says live, and that'll take you into Don's studio, where he's actually putting these numbers up on the screen and he's showing you the amortization schedule. And after every time he makes a payment, how many years he's canceling off of your, or how many months he's canceling off your interest, which results in a 30-year mortgage being paid off in 7 to 9 years. So again, ice10kvideos.com, click the panel that says live, and the commercial will play, skip that, and then you'll be in there. And while you're there, make sure to subscribe so that you can be alerted to all the amazing content he's doing on YouTube. All right, back to you, Don.
All right, Brooklyn, listen. And I'm going to tell you right now, Brooklyn, listen, I have a 10K card, which is a digital business card. Do you have a 10K card?
No.
Listen, man, because you helped me out today, guess what you get because you helped me out today? I'm going to pay for your 10K card.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, we're going to make sure you get that. All right, so make sure we get. I'll make sure we get our information, Brooklyn, so you get a 10K card as well. So because you're helping out a lot of people today. So if you're so welcome. So take a look at this cumulative principal and cumulative interest. So after 1 year, the bank wants $73,1954 and $10,365 in interest. Correct?
Yes.
Now we've already learned that the 7319 we have to pay because we borrowed that. But again, do we have to pay it in 12 monthly installments?
No.
No, if we had it, we could pay it all at one time, couldn't we?
Yes.
Knock out 10 payments, save all of this money. We're paid down to here in 1 month. And our next mortgage payment for February is now on what line of the schedule, sir?
Line 3.
We're already down. We're already down to line 12.
Oh, line 13.
Line 13. Can you imagine that? You just knocked off a whole year's worth of payments by giving the bank money they were expecting anyway, but you chose the timing. How about that?
Great.
Now I'm going to teach you why a 5% loan, if you can afford the payment, why a 5% loan is better than this 2.99% loan. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know what you're getting at. But go ahead.
So watch this, man. You see, to get rid of one payment, you have to come up with $603.15 on line 2, correct?
Yes.
I want to make sure that everybody can see that this is the 2.99% loan at $350, $350,000, 2.99%. But watch this. I'm now going to switch over to the same $350,000 at 5%. Now the payment has gone up to $1,473, still less than what most people are paying for rent. All right. So let me go ahead. Let me take this out and calculate this one more time. Okay, I'm sorry. Our payment has gone up to $1,878.88. Are you seeing that?
Not yet.
Okay, it'll catch up in just a second. So you'll see that it's up to $1,878.88. Now we're going to scroll down to payment number 1 on the higher interest rate. So if we want to get rid of line 2 at this higher interest rate, how much money do we have to come up with now to pay early?
You have to go to line 3. So you pay line 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm. So how much do we pay on line? If we were to pay our payment on January, how much would we have to pay to get rid of February's principal interest payment? How much would we have to pay early?
843, almost
No,
840.
just line two. Just line two. How much?
Oh, $422.
$422 we have to pay early. Now that
Yes.
is at the higher interest rate, correct?
Yes.
If we go back to the lower interest rate, our principal payment is at $600, correct?
Yes.
So which is easier to come up with, an extra $600 or an extra $422 to get rid of one line?
The extra 422.
Did you know that your mortgage worked like that?
Wow.
So now remember this. Remember, we were going to pay at the lower interest rate because of these smaller principal payments. Now, watch this. At the lower interest rate, if we were to pay the 73.19, we get rid of 1 year at the lower interest rate, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to show you at cumulative principal what happens when we prepay $7,300. How, when it catches up, how many lines do we get rid of with the same $7,300?
12 lines.
All right.
That's not three. Oh no, that's 16 lines. Or 17. Wow.
So now, Brooklyn, I need you to tell everybody, is it easier to pay off a loan faster with a 5% loan or a 2.99% loan?
5% loan is easier by far.
Would you have ever believed it before you
No.
saw this today?
No.
Brooklyn, thank you
Wow.
so very much for your bravery. And we're going to make sure that we get your information. And we're going to, so what you need to do is we're going to get your information and we're going to put it in the back chat, your 10K card. Okay.
All right, brother. Thank you for the information, man. I appreciate everything.
You are so welcome, sir.
You have a good day.
You too. Jared, back to you, sir.
All right. So for the Black Think Tank audience, if they want to find out the month, year, and date that they can be debt free across their mortgage, their car loans, their student loans, and their credit cards, how would they get in touch with you and your team to find that information out?
There's a link at the top of the page. It says ice10kalive.com. And that is my 10K digital business card. And on there, you'll see a button that says get a savings and earnings report. So you click that button, follow all the instructions. And once you follow those instructions, it will let you into our financial form. Put all your financial data into that form. And then you can know the month, day, and year you can be debt free. And my staff will then set up a consultation for you. And then you can know not only how much interest you could save, and we average getting people out of all of their debt in an average of 7 to 9 years instead of 30 years to never. And then we'll show you that interest saved, how you can become your own bank with the interest you're no longer giving to the bank. How about that? That's what we do there. And thank you very much for bringing that up, Jared.
Absolutely. So you absolutely want to get in touch with Don's team. You can save you 75% of your lifetime interest cost. In some cases, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. For real estate investors, that can be millions of dollars. So definitely click that link at the top and make sure to fill out that savings and earnings report. All right, cool. So we got some more questions on the stage. We got Sarita, we see Pam's. Thank you so much for coming up. And before we get to Sarita, I just want to acknowledge some new moderators and give them a chance to do a quick 30-second intro, because these are all some amazing women, and we want to make sure that they know who's on stage and how they contribute to Clubhouse and why they should follow them, why you should follow them. So Credit Goddess, are you around now? If so, we would love for you to introduce yourself.
All right, I'll hop in. Oh, go ahead, Credit Goddess.
Sorry, I've been running errands all morning. I'm sorry. Hey, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Rosalora Lewis, also known as Credit Goddess. I am the official credit expert for the Pill Method crew here. I'm a credit score improvement strategist, business credit consultant. I help my clients improve their credit so they can gain access to other people's money because the golden key is good credit. So if any of you guys have any questions credit related, so that way you can access this mortgage and apply the P.I.L.L method that Don is sharing with you guys, definitely tap in with me. The link where you can send your name and email is in my bio. Is the phone number. You'll get a scheduling link. You can book your free consultation or a detailed credit analysis where we dive deep into your current credit situation and see what we can do to improve your credit if you're just stuck, not wondering why your score is not going anywhere. Let's talk about it. But thank you guys so much for having me here. Next, who's next? Is that Ashley? Ashley?
Yes, Ashley. If you could do a quick 30-second introduction, we'd love that. And make sure you're following Ashley. She is the plug. She does amazing rooms on Clubhouse. Ashley, you around?
I am here. Hey, beautiful credit. Hey, everyone. Hey, Ice. Good to be here with you, Jared, and everyone on the stage and in the room. Hey, y'all. Happy Friday. So happy to be here. I'm Dr. Ashley B. Wilkerson, and I'm the founder and thought leader of the women empowerment space called Phenomenal Women Leading. So, ladies in particular, make sure you tap in. You're going to get all the support, the encouragement, the motivation, the education, the inspiration that you need to achieve your goals and get to your next level. And we greatly appreciate the men who tap in to support us as well. I am here to listen, learn, and support. Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Good
Yes, Ashley
morning.
is one of the co-hosts for the Business Over Breakfast, and Don will actually be a special guest there on every Wednesday for this upcoming month. So make sure you tap in with Ashley and tap in with Ice, Don, the Pill Method Daniels. Click his profile, give him a follow, click that bell icon. Do that for every single moderator. These are amazing people. And so you do not want to miss the Business Over Breakfast rooms on Wednesdays when Don will be there dropping gems. He tore the house down this last Wednesday, and definitely looking forward to next Wednesday. Don, I think you wanted to say something. Sorry.
I just want to say good morning to all of our moderators. Good morning, Dr. Ashley, RB, Silk, Renita. Thank you so much for supporting us, and especially you, Credit Goddess. You're here day after day after day. We appreciate you, all of you, so very much.
Yes, man, we got some amazing women on this stage for sure, for sure. All right, so we're gonna go Silk, Vernita, and then Sarita. Thank you so much for your patience, and we're gonna get to your questions. So, Silk, a quick 30-second introduction.
Good morning, Ice, Jared. Hey, my girl Ashley and Credit. Listen, everyone, I am Silk Little John, empowerment speaker. Also, I feed victims of domestic violence and their children and senior citizens in the blind community. I love this room, Don Ice. I love when you change his name to Ice. I just found out what it stands for, so that was a popular name, and I love it. You guys, make sure you follow him. Follow Jared. Jared, I love you, brother. You are always in all these spaces, just bringing live and just uplifting these rooms. So I thank you for the love. This is Silk, and I'm done speaking.
Yeah, Silk tears it down every time she speaks. If you want that motivation, if you want some great quality rooms, make sure you're following Silk. All right, up next is Vernita.
All right, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I'm gonna do my best. I'm actually tapping in this morning from Atlanta, Georgia, with it seems like he stopped. My 4-year-old nephew was just having a moment. So let's see if we get through this. But Grand Rising, everyone. My name is Bernita Adele, award-winning writer, creative, and social entrepreneur, deeply in the equity and inclusion and anti-racism space as a strategist and entrepreneur. As I always say in this space, Don is revolutionary. Jared is a revolutionary. Ashley, credit goddess, everybody up here, because I believe in Black people thriving. And I really unapologetically believe in Black people thriving from our own economic empowerment. So what Don does in this room is revolutionary. And for anyone who is in the process of really unpacking what that means, I do offer a complimentary 15-minute touch base. If you tap in with me on my Instagram page, tap into my 10K card, you can set up that appointment. I'd be happy to look at it, whether you are in corporate spaces or finding yourselves in situations in the business realm. Let's have a conversation about it, and let's let's thrive together. Black people are America's hot sauce. Renita done speaking for the moment.
Absolutely. And we are in the right club for that. The Black Think Tank, one of my favorite clubs on Clubhouse. So if you're new to the Black Think Tank, make sure you click that greenhouse at the top and follow the club. And if you're new to the Pill Method, click the link above our head and you can follow Don's primary club where we usually host these rooms so that you won't miss out on future rooms. And you can also click that link at the top to see a library of the 76 previous episodes that we did and share with your community. All right, up next is Coffee. She's a powerhouse woman in her own right. She usually just pops up, just like I said before, to show love to the room and to let her audience know we're here. So you want to go ahead and make sure you follow her. She's with her students right now, but check out her bio. She does amazing stuff. All right. So thank you, everybody, for your patience as we get through the intros. We got to make sure we highlight these amazing women on stage. But now we can go to another amazing woman, a good friend of mine, Sarita, who has a question for Don. So, Sarita, thank you so much for coming to the stage. Let us know what your question is.
Absolutely. And thank you guys so much for this awesome room. I'm just so like mind blown right now by the tactics that Don shared. I'm watching live on YouTube and I'm just like, I can't believe that this is what you can do because we've been sold this complete story of how you've had to, take years and years to pay off these loans. So I'm just like excited to just learn more and tap in. So prayerfully, I'll be a first time homeowner by the end of this year. So I'm just blessed to have come across these rooms. I think God is moving and I know God is so good. So I'm just so excited if you can't tell. But my question is, does this tactic only apply for new loans or can it be used for existing loans as well? And is it only for mortgages or can it be used for car loans and things like that?
Sarita, that is a very good question, and thank you for bringing it. No, you could start this process at any time. So people ask that, and I just come back with another question: when is the best time to start saving money? So it's at any time. So, and as far as loans go, if it carries interest, we can cancel interest. You don't have to pay it like the banks have told you. You can disrupt the bank's timing. Okay. You can disrupt the bank's timing so that you can control how much interest they receive. Once you pay on their schedule, you have to pay a lot of interest. Disrupt their schedule, and you can give them back their money and save at the same rate they're charging you. What do you think about that?
Again, mind blown.
We don't have to do it this way. There are a lot of people that are in here. There may be some people in here that are real estate agents. They may be loan officers, financial planners, accountants, CPAs, and bookkeepers. And here's what I've asked over and over and over again for the last 16 years we've been doing this. To get your license in any area of finance, did anybody ever teach you or test you on how an amortization schedule actually works and how to defeat it? I get the same answer every single time. The answer is no. How in the world can we be in finance, put people in 30-year loans, and not know how the loan actually works? Oh my goodness. Now you can. Now you can know. And this is why I'm the bank is not my enemy. I actually love the banks. And here's why. Because the bank is a business. They're not our friend. They are a business. And here is what their business is. They rent money. And see, when I say rent, I'm saying that the interest is nothing more than rent on your money. And why is that? Because we go from renting a house or renting an apartment to renting money our entire lives. Folks, rent is rent. All right. So what you want to do is pay less rent. So here's what we're looking at. Once we understand this, we can borrow the bank's money or rent the bank's money at a discount. Oh my goodness. And who doesn't love discount shopping? Nobody more than me. And my wife taught me that because I made a mistake and I bought a suit off the retail rack. She promptly took it back and got me 3 suits off the sale rack. So now I know I don't want to pay retail for my money either. I want to get my money at a discount. So folks, I love the bank. So we're going to get into this a little bit more and show you how you can borrow the bank's money at a discount and be able to purchase more for a lot cheaper. All right, Jared, back to you. Do we have any other questions? Oh, and before we do this, we had one question online from Mr. William Bell, and he asked the question, which mortgage companies can we prepay or can we save monies with? And I'm letting you know, all mortgage companies, because it's part of your contract. There is a page called the mortgage note page, and on there it gives you your right to prepay these mortgages, your right to pay them off early. You don't have to ask for permission. It's your right to do it, and it's part of every residential loan contract. That's what you're signing when you sign that mortgage, a loan contract. And people ask, "Are you sure, Don? Can they really do that?" I said, "It's part of your contract." Let me show you how powerful this contract is. Miss 3 payments and see what happens. That's how powerful the contract is. They're coming for that house. So listen, if the contract works for the bank, the contract also works in your favor once you learn how to read this amortization schedule. All right, Jared, back to you, sir.
All right. So I put a link at the top. This is an event that's going to be happening at towards the end of May. We're going to talk about it after this next question. But while the question is happening, we'll let everybody click that link and browse through who the speakers are going to be at this event. You're going to see a lot of names that you recognize: Otis James, Jonathan Bing, Miss Cooper Home Loans. We got Jay Massey, myself, and a bunch of others. So check out that link while listening. But we got Pam's in the building, and I want to make sure that we get to her question, and then we're going to tell you a little bit more about this event. And also, if you want to see this example live on your screen, check out the chat. I just put instructions in to where you can type in icednkvideos.com on your browser, on your laptop, desktop, or iPad, so you can see how Don is canceling this interest. All right, Pams, thank you so much for coming to the stage. What is your question?
Oh, you know what? I really am enjoying your room, Jarrett. I remember you from when the clubhouse just started. And what I like about it is that I've got so much family in the US, and especially all over my Facebook page, they all want to know how to pay off their mortgage. I've cut and pasted your link and I've literally plastered it up on my page for them to see. And I'm listening, I'm all ears, and I'm listening to your strategy, and I absolutely love it. It might be a little bit opposite to what I do, because in the UK, I'm into buy, refurbish, refinance, buy, pull out the money as much as I can and pour it back into a business model that works, like Airbnb or stuff like that. If anything, I'd probably do the opposite, but I understand the principles of what you're doing. And, you know, for my US relatives and Canadian relatives, I've literally cut and paste your link because they're all asking me this question: how can I pay off my mortgage? And I just think, is this a strategy that can only work in the US? Can it work in the UK as well?
Pams, that is a very good question. I have 2 answers for you. The P.I.L.L method, the way that we do this, works for residential, and it also works for real estate investors. What you were explaining was like what we call the BRRRR method here: buy, rehab, rent, and then refinance, and then repeat. So we're going to show you that because you're coming all the way here from the UK. I love Clubhouse for that reason. and just so that you know, we have clients in the UK already, actually in London. Yeah, we got clients already there because we're
I would love to do a collaboration with you. This is amazing.
So listen, all we do is is substitute the word dollars for pounds, and it works exactly the same way.
My gosh, Ice, this is a game changer.
So I'm going to put an example on the screen just for you, Pams, and then we're going to go over that. Okay, so we're going to look at that. I'm going to put this example on the screen, and let's see, we're going to share. All right, and share screen, and there we go. Boom. All right. So this is a real estate investor right here in Huntsville, Alabama, where I live. Pams, are you able to see this online as well?
I can see it loud and clear.
All right, all right. So here's what we've got. This is a gentleman that has $2 million in properties. And so he actually read my book. All right. And then he gave me a call and said, you know what? On these two loans, I'm paying about $14,000 in mortgage payments each month, but I'm cash flowing about $41,000 in rents. So I never really paid attention to how much interest I was paying before. Okay. And so what we're going to do is take a look at these two loans and see what this is where I found him. All right. And in 2 months on one of his loans at 3.25%, one loan is a 15-year amortization. The other one is a 20-year amortization. Okay. So here's on this first loan, he paid in 2 months, he paid it down by $7,374.92. Okay. Now remember, his tenants in these office buildings are paying the rent. All right. So he never thought about it before. He's only looking at the $14,000 he has to pay in mortgages and the $41,000 he's receiving in rents every month. So, but it cost $4,609.08 in interest to get this $7,300 in principal pay down or potential equity. So this equity that he's able to create by paying it down cost him $4,600 in interest to do that. Here's the next thing. All right. We have a payment of a 5% loan. And at 37 months in, he's paid it down by $99,795.91. Okay. But look at how much interest it cost over 37 months. $222,000 in interest to get this $99,000 in equity. Now, why didn't he worry about that before? Again, the tenants were paying the mortgage and he was okay with that cash flow situation. But when he read the book, he says, oh my gosh, when I received that rent check, all of that money is mine. And I'm giving away too much of it in interest. Is there a way to save interest? Now, here's the next thing. He wasn't interested in paying down. He wasn't interested in taking any of his money, Pams, and the money that he had earmarked for reinvesting. He wasn't interested in using any of that money to pay down these loans. And even after he read my book, he wasn't interested in it. But guess what? Out of that money, he was setting aside a certain percentage that would go into his reserve fund to do repairs and maintenance. So he has a fund in the bank out of the rents that he puts in there and he adds to that fund every single month. The rest of the money he uses to pay the notes and reinvest. All right, Pams, are you with me? I guess
100%. I'm with you. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
Okay, so here's what we did for him. He says, Don, here's what I'm looking at. I'm putting about $6,000 in this in my reserve account, but the rest of the money I'm putting away. Now I'm going to show you what I did for him on this sheet here, and then we're going to go back through and I'm going to show you the numbers that got us here. So we're going to show you, I'm going to give you, we're going to eat the dessert first, and then we're going to go back and eat some of the vegetables. Okay, here we go. So here's what we told him. All right. In looking at his situation, in 21.9 years, here's how the bank wants him to pay off these loans. $2,236,376 or pounds. But the bank wanted him to pay $1,123,195 in interest over 21.9 years. I showed him how he could be on track to only pay $243,000 out and pay everything off in 4.9 years without using any of the money he had earmarked for investing. That part.
Oh my God.
When
you could see my face right now, I'm like gobsmacked.
We are now saving him over $891,000 in interest. And based on that, because he is able to get his equity so much faster and so much cheaper, he's now going to take the interest savings and then over the next 17 years or so, turn it into an additional $9.6 million. That part. Okay. Now let's go into, I'm going to pull up some information here, and we're going to put in on another screen how one of these loans is constructed. And while I'm setting that scenario up, Jared, I'm going to turn it back to you and see if there are any other questions or any other new moderators on the screen while I set up this last part of setting up this loan for this investor. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, we got two new moderators on the stage. So first up, I want to give the mic to Giuseppe so he can introduce who he is and what he does. And yeah, definitely make sure you follow Giuseppe. So Giuseppe, you got it.
Thank you so much, Jared. Thank you, Don, to invite me on the stage. Hi, everyone. I'm happy. I'm happy to be here because every single time he talk about mortgage and how you can use a mortgage for your property or leverage if you are an investor, it's incredible. The opportunity, the possibility that you can use if you increase your knowledge. This is the perfect room to increase your knowledge. Jump inside, Black Think Tank. I'm inside too. And I can share with you how it's possible. Myself, Italian, in real estate investor since 1991, in 6 years, passed from zero, sleep in the car. Today, now I'm in Cleveland. So that I opened my second property management office. I have a cleaning company and a construction company, 115 employees and over 500 properties. How is possible? Action, knowledge, never give up, and everything you need, you have in yourself. Don't give up. That is the secret. If you have a dream in real estate market, it's possible, because remember this, before USA, I invested around the world, Dubai, India, Brazil, Argentina. This is the only country in the world. The banking system is the best. And with the BRRRR strategy, I passed from 0, 500 property. This is me. This is Giuseppe. Check my Instagram in my bio. Do you have a link? You can see everything about myself. Website, YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, everything. Giuseppe, back to you, Jared. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Giuseppe. And my friend Ope is on the stage. So one thing I'm really passionate about is the metaverse, crypto, NFT, and everything when it comes to technology and where it's taking us in the future. I'll actually be in Nashville, Tennessee on May 20th to the 22nd talking about the metaverse and how to have a spiritual money mindset towards the Web 3.0. But Ope is the person to follow if you want to learn about the metaverse. What she does, check out her bio, but the next room she's doing is it's in the club called the Metaverse Meetup. She is the tour guide for the metaverse. She will take you through all types of metaverse environments, whether it's Decentraland, CryptoVoxels, Sandbox, Meta, Second Life. She even hosts church in the metaverse on Sundays. So if you want to learn about the metaverse, you absolutely should make sure you're following Ope. And we really appreciate you for coming to the stage because we can be early adopters in the virtual real estate space and make sure that you and your children are early adopters in this space so we do not get left behind. There's a real quick question in the chat, Don, that I want you to address before we jump back into the example. Gwen Browning asks, because if you weren't here before, Don actually showed an example where a 5% interest rate was more beneficial than a 2.9% interest rate. And I'm sure you're like, what? So if you're curious, feel free to ask again. But she's asking, should we request our mortgage lender to increase our interest rate?
Oh, actually, if you have a loan already that's already in place, we can then show you what you can do with your current situation. And then we can see if you need to change it based on your current financial footprint to maximize your interest savings. For the most part, people just stay right where they are. We pick up where they are now and then go right from there. But I will tell you, I did have a client who was getting ready to close on a loan at a lower interest rate, stopped the closing and said, based on our income, the higher interest rate you offered us before we met the P.I.L.L method, the higher interest rate you offered us, we want that now. And because they chose that higher interest rate, it saved them an additional $9,000 in closing costs. And it helped to shave off, based on using our P.I.L.L method, our opportunity cost calculator, the artificially intelligent computing system that does all of the math for us, was able to shave off an additional $25,000 in interest and save them another 2 years in paying off their loan. I'm telling you, folks, once you understand how all of this works, it will become clear to you that what we have been taught over time is not right. We've been in this system for 88 years. Since 1934, we have been amortizing 30-year loans so that people can get a payment they can afford. But the payment you can afford costs you 75% more interest than you need to pay. So if the bank is doing something for you, they're also reaching into your pocket with the other hand by us not paying attention to the interest cost on the loans. We're only looking at the interest rate. And when you don't pay attention to interest cost, that's called inattentional blindness. Look it up. It's a real term. Inattentional blindness. We're blind to what we don't pay attention to. And that's what we're talking about here, folks. So we focus on one thing while the bank is now making money on the other because we're not paying attention. So it's kind of a yes and no. We did raise the interest rate before they closed and they made out a lot better. But when they're already in the loan, I don't necessarily recommend that. I can't think of a time when I've ever recommended that. But that's that. I hope that answers your question.
Awesome. Thank you so much for addressing that. And it looks like Pam's dropped off, but I guess for the sake of the audience, maybe continue going through it. What do you think?
I'm going to go through it anyway because people are waiting to see what we did with this. And so Pam's, she can see the replay.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. All right. So here we go, folks. Here's what's going to happen. All right. So let's go ahead and put that on the screen. And we're looking at of this particular real estate investor. He has a mortgage of $1,488,906. It's a 300-month loan or a 25-year loan at 5%, and the payment is $87.04. Okay. So here's what we're looking at. The interest on this loan, the bank wants $1,122,294. That's how much interest it wants. So total repayment would be $2,611,200. That is the true cost of that building, not the 1.4, not the 1,488,000, but the 2,611,000 is the true cost. So, folks, when we are looking at whether this thing is going to be profitable or not, we have all sorts of ways to figure out whether and formulas to figure out whether a situation is going to be profitable or not for us, but we don't have any way to include interest cost into our calculations. Now we do. We're not saying get rid of everything else you're doing. We're saying add in managing interest cost and reducing it. So here's what we're talking about. In this case, this gentleman now has this mortgage where $2,500 goes to principal. Look at the interest payments, $6,000 in interest payments every month. So in 1 year, let's take a look at cumulative principal. Let's take a look at cumulative interest. In 1 year, he's actually going to pay this loan down by $30,699.92. And how much interest will he pay? $73,000. Oh, I wish Pam's was here right now so she could see this, but she'll see it in the replays. Can somebody else come in here who want to I can work with so that we could play off? Is there anybody on the stage that is actually watching this online with me right now? If you are, please unmic and help me out here. All right. So here's what we're looking at, folks. In 1 year, watch this now. In 1 year, he's going to pay this loan down by $30,699. So here's what I asked him. Every month, you're putting in money into your reserve account in the bank, in a savings account, it makes about 0.1%. He says, yeah, I've got that money there for a reason. I just like to have the cash on hand just in case something big happens and I've got to do the repairs. All right. I want to make sure that the money is there. So he's designated a certain amount of the rents to go into this reserve account. It's got almost $100,000 in it. All right. But the rest of the money he's using to invest. So I said, well, if you're using the rest of the money to invest and to pay the mortgages, what about this money sitting over here in the bank? What if we did this? Now, this is not how the P.I.L.L method program works, but I just gave him this as a way of him understanding how interest cancellation works and how we can give him a 50,000 foot view of what we're going to be able to do for him. The program actually tells you exactly how much money to move, what month to move it in, what day of the month to move it on, and which loan to attack. And it will make sure that you save the maximum amount of interest per dollar applied. That's how far we drill down on this. So to help you to understand what this means before I get into this, if you could save $6 in interest for every dollar you applied to principal, would you like to know those calculations? But what if you're doing it without being intentional? What if you found out that you were only saving $3 for every dollar? Now you're still saving. You're still saving in interest, and every time you save interest, you're paying off your loan faster. You pay off the loans cheap, then you pay off the loans fast. So, but here's the thing. If you could save $6, but you're only saving $3 per dollar, how would you know the difference unless somebody was doing all the calculations for you? This is where we come in to make sure you're saving the maximum amount of interest per dollar. All right. Now, let's get back to this example. So I asked him, you got $100,000 in the bank. Could you borrow $30,699.92 from yourself, from that bank account, and apply it to this mortgage principal on line one? Make your regular payment and then take $30,000 from your reserve account and apply it here. This way, you're not using any of the monies that you've set aside for investing. This money is practically dormant, sitting in this savings account, waiting for something to go wrong. All right. So he says, yeah, I could do that. When he does, look what happens. He's paid down to line 12 in just 1 month. Now, to move this loan from point A to point B from the beginning to 12 months in, the bank wants $73,748.08 in interest to do that. Why didn't he care before? Because the tenants were paying the rent. He was paying $14,000. He's paying $14,000 in mortgage payments, but he's collecting $41,000 in rents every month. He didn't pay attention to that before. That's called inattentional blindness. We're blind to what we don't pay attention to. $73,000. Now, by prepaying this money on line 1, he's paid down to here in 1 month. So what happened to all the interest payments between line 2 and line 12? They were canceled. For an interest savings to get the same amount of equity, he just saved $67,661.32 in interest he'll never have to pay to do the exact same thing. But he chose the timing to give the bank the 30 grand. He did not let the bank choose the timing to give them the 30 grand. And so he paid this down to here, not for 73,000, but for the interest cost on the first line of his amortization schedule, $6,203.77. But I am not done. I'm not done. Why am I not done? Because then I asked him, you just borrowed 30 grand from yourself. How long is it going to take you to pay yourself back? He says, I put about 6 grand a month in there. So it's going to take me about 5 months to pay myself back. I said, well, in 5 months, could you do it again? You should have seen the smile on his face. Using the money he's got sitting in an account making 0.1%. He's taking lump sums of that every 4 or 5 months or so, applying it to this mortgage, while his other money is being reinvested and extending his portfolio. He says, I'm saving all this cash and interest. And so now he's going to, now watch what happens. Now, the last part of this, now remember, he's paying himself back every 5 months and then he's going to advance this money to the mortgage again, get more equity at a lower interest cost. Now, let's say he wanted to cash out refi, all right? And this is what Pam's was talking about. Pam's, this is for you when you watch the replay. Okay, so let's say he wanted to pull out $100,000 to cash out refi. Okay, $100,000. So in 3 years, he would pay this thing down by like $102,000. But look how much interest it costs. $228,000. No one pays attention to that, but we do. So to pull that money out so that he could cash out refi, no one was paying attention to the fact that it cost him $228,000 in interest. So what if he did this system? He could be down to this $100,000 in about 1.5 to 2 years. doing what we suggested that he does, and he wouldn't pay $200,000 in interest to do it. He could still get to $100,000 in principal pay down with a lot less interest. Even if we were to cut it by 50%, the interest cost by 50%, that means he's getting his equity at a much cheaper cost. And when you pay attention to those numbers, that money he would have spent can now be reinvested. Instead of giving it to the bank, he can now take the interest that he saved as well and invest that money too. So all of you all you real estate investors, all that are using the BRRRR method, what we just explained is called ICE BRRRR, interest cancellation BRRRR, ICE BRRRR, not iceberg, ICE BRRRR. And so now when you refinance that, so when you get ready to refinance, just know that when you refinance to take the money out, it costs you a lot less interest. So you get to cash out refi years sooner at a much lower interest cost. So remember that term, ICE BRRRR. Jared, back to you, sir.
Man, amazing information. And so for those that are not familiar with Don, first off, make sure that you click on his profile, give this man a follow, and also click that bell icon next to his follow button, so that anytime he's in one of these amazing real estate rooms or is in his own club, the P.I.L.L method, you'll be alerted to him hopping on the stage. But for everybody that was wondering, like, all right, Don, how do I work with you individually so I can figure out how to pay off my mortgage, car loan, credit card debt, and student loans in 7 to 9 years? What instructions would you give them?
Listen, if you are a residential homeowner, if you are a real estate investor, it doesn't really matter. You can use this system to save you time and save you money. The average homeowner has 13 different debts. We're showing the average homeowner how to pay all of that off in an average of 7 to 9 years and save anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 in interest. How do they do that? Go to ice10klive.com. That's the link right above our heads here. Go to ice10klive.com. You'll find a button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Click that button. Once you click that button, then it will take you to our website. We need to confirm your cell phone number. So when you put that information in, because we need to confirm that, because we're trying to keep robots out of the system, okay? Trying to steal our information. So this is one good way to do that. So click that button, confirm your cell phone number. We'll send you a code. When you receive the code, take that code that we're sending as a message and place that into the website. It will let you into the financial form. Fill out the financial form. Someone from my staff will contact you and set up a consultation for you. Once that's done, you will know the month, day, and year you could be debt free and how much interest you can save. If you're a buy and hold investor, we will also give you information on when it makes sense to how to use the system to cash out refi 7 to 10 years sooner at a much lower interest cost, so that you can pull that money out and reinvest it. You don't have to pay all of that interest now to cash out refi. We're going to save everybody money, whether you're residential or whether you're a buy and hold investor. Jared, that's it.
All right, perfect. And then one more thing that the people need to know about. All right, so I've seen you in clubhouse rooms, but when I saw you in person at the Get Access tour in both Miami and Atlanta, I was just so impressed by your in-person presence, and you got a standing ovation both times. So I'm really excited that you're having your own event that is near and dear to your heart, and you were able to put together an all-star cast. So for the folks in the Black Think Tank, definitely make sure you click that link at the top and pay attention to what Don's about to say. So Don, what's going on May 20th to the 22nd in Nashville?
May 20th to the 22nd in Nashville is called the Developing a Spiritual Money Mindset, folks. It is going to be an amazing event, and we're going to blow your mind with the talent that we have brought to this stage. All right, so we're going to have people there. It's a 3-day event in Nashville, Tennessee. We're holding it at the fabulous Gaylord Opryland Resort, a 5-star resort for 3 days. So are we going to have 3 days of speakers? No. We're going to have speakers on Friday and we're going to have speakers on Sunday. But in the middle on Saturday is a free day for you to enjoy yourself at the resort. So this is not only going to be education, it's going to be vacation. Folks, you don't want to miss this opportunity. Click on the link, look at the speakers, come and enjoy getting all this sauce, getting all this information so that you can level up your entrepreneurial game. Whatever your flavor of game is, you can learn it there. But guess what? That's not all we're going to be talking about. We'll have a slight twist on the information that you're going to receive. You're also going to be able to receive information on developing a mindset. Your talent will get you in the door, but your mindset keeps you in the game. So listen, folks, mindset is all important. So important that we put together a video that talks about how persons transition from a mindset that loses them money into a mindset that makes them money. I need you to listen and watch this video right now.
In these uncertain times, the pandemic is still fresh on our minds. Gas and food prices increasing, and talk of Web 3.0 and the metaverse delight some and strike terror in others. Entrepreneurs, once enthusiastic about the future, now question the calling on their life. Some will find answers online, others will turn to trends and fads, but the real solution is a change in mindset. Your mindset is a set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of the world and yourself. It influences how you think, feel, and behave in any given situation. If mindset shapes all of that, then what influences mindset? Our answer: exposure. Exposure to a new environment. Exposure to experiences from those who have seen this before. Exposure to what works for those with proven track records that what they're doing is working. P.I.L.L Method Seminars presents Developing a Spiritual Money Mindset. 3 days at the Gaylord Opryland Resort in Nashville, Tennessee, where you'll be exposed to leaders in real estate, leaders in the metaverse, leaders in building a financial legacy. Expose yourself to the top motivational speaker in the world, Dr. Eric Thomas, in person. It's all happening May 20th through 22nd. Go to ice10kevents.com to purchase your ticket today.
This is why we put this together, because mindset is all important. I'm going to be telling my story as well. My story is not dissimilar to other people's story, but I have Asperger's and I have ADD, but I didn't realize it when I was growing up. So I had difficulty in school. In fact, I didn't read my first book all the way through until I was 46 years of age. It was such a feeling of accomplishment to read a book, my very first book, from cover to cover. The name of that book is As a Man Thinketh. As a Man Thinketh. You know, that's a very thin book, but it was a great accomplishment for me to read that book from cover to cover. And so my mindset wasn't always in the best shape, but I learned then that how I talk to myself, how I think about myself matters. And folks, I wanted to bring this to everyone who within the sound of my voice to be able to come and experience a mindset shift by not only bringing people who are successful in their own businesses, but also could talk about the mindset that brought them to their success and keeps them successful. We're going to be there. And as you can see, we have all kinds of speakers that are going to be in the building. Oh my goodness. I'm sure you've heard of Jonathan Bing and Alicia Cooper Home Loans, who are going to be talking about the play. You can become the bank. You can learn how to lend millions of dollars in business purpose loans without a license. So we're going to be talking about that. Meryl Chandler is going to be there. Derek Forston is going to be in the building. Anthony Glenn and Otis James will be there. This is going to be an amazing event. Sean Lashley, Shiloh Lindahl, Jay Massey, Flame Newton, and I could go on and on. Going to be in the building. not only teaching you what they have what has brought them success, but the mindset that got them there. And the number one mindset coach in the entire universe is going to be there. That's right. That's right. It's your boy E.T. Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, will be in the building. Let's hear from Dr. Eric Thomas right about now.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your grandma counting on you to do the right thing. Your mama counting on you. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters are counting on you to cash in on this opportunity. Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. There are kids that don't get what they don't eat like you eat. They're at the same university. They don't get what you get. But with this right here, your skill set, this thing can take you wherever you want to go and then take your kids wherever you want them to go. You know how many people would die to have the gear y'all got? You know how many people would die to get on these planes and travel the world? You know how many people would die to have your life? And you got it. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. I want you to chant it out. This is it. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten.
Ago, even before I believed that I could be able to be in a position to pay him to come and speak at this conference. Now I know I can. I know I can because of what I've learned years ago. And I want to make sure we can pass on that mindset to you as well. Jared, I think I see the founder of the Black Think Tank up in here. What do we got to say to him this morning?
Man, we got to say much gratitude and appreciation for being a leader of this amazing club. If you are not following this club, make sure you click that greenhouse at the top and follow it. And also make sure you click on his profile and follow it as well. He hit me in the back channel saying he's at a meeting right now, so he might not be able to talk. But I do want to just give him his flowers. You know, the founder of the Black Think Tank works tirelessly to provide great content. Has a great community, and if you click the greenhouse, scroll through the carousel, look at the replays, you're gonna find nothing but Black excellence, a lot of great knowledge and resources and financial advice and mindset advice. He has an event coming up as well, so make sure you follow the founder of the Black Think Tank, and we really appreciate you for allowing us to share this amazing method and technology of the P.I.L.L method to your to your club and to your community. So feel free to unmic if you can speak, but if you can't, no worries. Make sure you're following him if you're not already, and make sure you click the link at the top and meet us in Nashville. Your network is your net worth. I'll be there as well, talking about the metaverse, NFTs, crypto, and the mindset that I have to have a 15+ year career in tech and grow the way I grew in Clubhouse, as well as, what I'm doing in the metaverse. And I'm gonna get real vulnerable too. And on Saturday, you can hang out with me at the pool and we can get to know each other, face to face. And the face to face connections off of Clubhouse are priceless. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna go to Chi-Town. Thank you so much for your patience, brother. I saw your question in the chat, and I figured it'd be best if you just came on stage and you asked it on the stage. So, Chi-Town, please let us know what your question is and how can we help? Chi-Town, if you're speaking, I'm not sure if it's me, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm not hearing him either.
Yeah, the app might be glitching. If you can leave the room and then pop back in, we might be able to hear you then. But for whatever reason, we can't hear you right now. All right, so we're gonna see if he comes back. Let's see, is there any questions in the chat? Well, Chi-Town had the question in the chat, so we'll see if he comes back. There he is, Chi-Town. Try to mic now and speak.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, we hear you now.
Yeah, well, my question was, does the application that he delivered earlier on the loans go across the board with not only mortgage, with car, um, other things, anything you get as far as a loan, as far as attacking the interest rate 1 month before you actually pay the next month. Like you got the loan, a car loan, just say you have a car loan. My understanding is that he said, so if the loan is $600 a month, right? And on that loan, you paying like maybe what, $6 a day or something? On because most bank loans you got, especially car loans, the interest is kind of like every day you pay like $6 or something like that a day. Multiply that by 30, that would be at least $200, right? Um, if you pay that $200, from my understanding, what I received from the message that he was giving on the interest on that month, it transfers over. You pay it to the principal, it transfers over to the next month, where it drops the principal down, and you will end up paying the loan off faster by just going ahead with whatever the interest rate is and knocking the principal down. You'll pay the loan off quicker by just attacking the principal.
Exactly, Ty. Listen, because you picked a car loan, it works a little different from a mortgage. Can I add a little bit, just so that you can understand interest cancellation a little bit? Now, I'm not explaining what we do. I'm just explaining how a loan works. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we do is a little bit different. So when you call us, we will take you through the P.I.L.L method and show you what we do. In fact, we have videos about our interest cancellation system called the Opportunity Cost Calculator that shows you exactly what to do. And before it's all done, we have a few minutes left in today's meeting. I'll take you through a few steps on the interest cancellation calculator. Okay, so you can actually see it. But here's what I want you to know about interest cancellation on a car loan. You mentioned daily interest. Is that right, Chi-Town?
Yes, because from my understanding, any time you get especially a car loan or something like that, it's like a day from a bank. It's a daily interest attached to that.
Exactly. So
And so at the end of the month, it can vary from whatever the balance, whatever was due, right? And so my question was, if you pay it ahead, just you pay say you owe $600 a month, right?
right,
So
I
you
got
pay
you,
that
man. I got you.
$600.
Yeah, I got you.
You pay the
Let me
$200
let me take you
dollars.
let me take you through the system. Let me take you through it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to teach you something you probably didn't realize before. All right. So here's what we're doing. You got the on a car loan, they're charging you daily interest, but if you wait 30 days, that allows them to charge you 30 days worth of interest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So here's how I knew interest cancellation worked even before we had the computer system in place. All right. My wife's car loan was $400 a month. $400 a month. So I looked at that and it says, yeah, it's daily interest. So if I take that $400 a month and then pay them $100 a week, am I still paying them $400 a month, Chi-Town?
Yes.
Okay. So if I give them $100 a month, they can only charge me 7 days interest, and then I give them $100. Do they have to start that calculation all over again?
Yes, they do.
All right. So I give them $100 this week. They charge me 7 days worth of interest. Boop, boop, boop. I give them $100. Then the next week I do the same thing. And the next week I do the same thing. I'm giving them the same $400, but because they have to keep starting over on their interest cancellation, on their interest calculations, I'm paying a lot less interest using the same amount of money. Do you know that after a while, they let us know. They said, oh, your payment next month is not $400, is less than $400. But I didn't fall for that trick. Anytime you pay extra on the loan and your bank or your credit union says, because you paid extra, then you don't owe us the full payment, don't fall for that trick. If you pay what they give you, then they're trying to recoup the interest you just saved. So keep paying what you normally would pay. So here's what we did. We paid that loan $100 a week. Now, this doesn't work for mortgages, so please don't ask me. It does work for a car loan if your bank or credit union accepts this in this way. So you got to ask them. So we did that. We kept doing that, and we got further and further ahead. Pretty soon, they told us, oh, you don't even owe us a payment at all this month, using the same amount of money, but paying a lot less interest. So more of our money went to principal out of the same payment because my interest cost was less. Therefore, more of my $400 went to principal to pay down the loan. Pretty soon we were 2 months ahead and 3 months ahead and then 4 months ahead. Do you know we paid that loan off about 2 years early using that system and just making the same payment amount without adding an extra dime? Chi-Town, what do you think about that, sir?
Oh yeah, that's great.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Interest cancellation is all about how do we use the same amount of money so more of my money goes to principal instead of to interest. And how do we do that? We disrupt the bank's timing. They want to charge you 30 full days of interest, and then you make your payment. But we kept having them start over every 7 days. And then they could not. It made it impossible for them to charge us all the interest that they wanted to charge us. So more of our $400 went to pay down the loan, less to and less of the money went to pay them their interest that they were looking for. Is there anything else I can talk to you about, Mr. Chi-Town?
Well, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I do have something else because
We lost you.
Yeah, yes, I do have. Yeah, no, I was driving. I'm a trucker.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to already screenshotted that link that you had on there for as the application.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to talk. I actually want to talk to one of your representatives because I am tied inside of some business stuff with somebody else.
Right.
It's not really. Well, we just going through some things. This is my wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to go about these things the right way and try to make everything right and build my credit back up because it's kind of like at 640, something like that. And I know I could do way better than that. So I'm definitely gonna talk to one of your account. I'm gonna go through your cancellation process because I heard you had someone about credit, credit bill.
Absolutely. Yeah. We got this credit goddess. She's the official credit expert of the P.I.L.L method. And credit goddess, you want to chime in on how he can get in touch with you?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Hi, Shay.
Yes.
If you go in my bio, there's an 888 number. Go ahead and send your name and email address to that number, and there will be a link where you would click on and book your consultation. I do have openings today, but my calendar is not open for today because it's only open for 24 hours. So if you want to speak to me today, I do have time today. And that's to anyone that's in the audience. If you guys want to speak to me today, if your time is limited, definitely let me know and I'll open up and talk to you. I do want to ask you some questions because I know you say you can do better than 640. I want to see what's affecting your credit and what we need to do to get it up there because it's not just about making your payments on time and there's other data points that we may need to touch on, but I need to look at your credit report to actually tell you. So definitely book your time with me. Text your name and email to the number in my bio. That's 888-557-5778. Talk to you
Okay,
soon.
I just so like I said, I'm a truck driver, so I just followed you on my thing, and when I stop, I will try to insert over their information in there, and I
Perfect.
appreciate that.
Thank you, sir, for keeping that supply chain going. Listen, we appreciate you. I don't know what you're hauling, but I know it must be important. Thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you.
Awesome. Chi-Town, really appreciate you. And Don, for Chi-Town and anybody else that's like, man, I need to speak with Don's team so that I can give him all my information about my car loans, my student loans, my credit card debt, and my mortgage, so I can figure out how do I get all my debt paid off in 7 to 9 years. How would they get in touch with you? What's the process?
The process is go to ice10klive.com. Find, when you go there, you will see the button that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Click on that button. It'll take you to our website. Follow the instructions. Get the code that will let you into the form. And once you get to that form, put in all of your financial information that we ask for. It's very simple. It's very clean. You'll be able to do it in practically no time. Someone from my office will get a hold of you, and then you can get a consultation. Once you get that consultation, you will know the month, day, and year you could be debt free and how much interest you can save. We'll also talk to you about taking that saved interest and showing you how you can develop your own family bank with that money that used to go to interest. I am so excited to talk to you about that. Back to you, Jared.
Awesome. And while we have ice10klive.com on the top of the screen, you have an Amazon best-selling book that's been out. It's been changing lives. Can you talk a little bit about that book as well?
Certainly. We're putting that on all screens right now. The book that I have is called The P.I.L.L Method, A Better Way to Eliminate Debt. Out of 33 million titles, this is the only book on Amazon that talks about how to understand how loans actually work and how to defeat them. And it's actually quite amazing. A guy who never wrote a book, who never read a book all the way through until he was 46 years of age because of Asperger's and ADD, and now has a best-selling book on Amazon. Let me tell you something about that, folks. I'm not a math wizard. I didn't study this in college because I never graduated from college. I have what's called Asperger's, and it's a mild form of autism. So when I take a look at an amortization schedule, I see the pictures and the patterns. They just jump right out at me, and it's like, and it just says, why do you pay the loan this way when all you have to do is shift things around and you save a lot of interest using your same budget? You see, there's a weakness in the bank's system. They chose a system that makes them a lot of money. But the weakness is this. Now, if you're clipping, you want to clip this. The weakness in the bank system is that you can never know how they do it. Once you know how they capture all of that interest from you, you can then save at the same rate that they're charging you, cut your interest cost by 75%, therefore paying off all of your debt in 7 to 9 years. That's what we talk about in this book. It gives you the basics. It also tells you why you need a computer program to defeat the bank's computer program, so you'll know exactly how much to pay, what month to pay it in, what day of the month to pay it on, to kill the maximum amount of interest per dollar. We have about 6 minutes left in this hour. I'm enjoyed talking with you, but I want to take just a little bit of time and at least show you the interest our interest cancellation technology, and we're going to put that on the screen right about now. So hold on for just a second, and there it is.
And Don, real quick, because I think we can knock out two birds with one stone
Okay.
as you show the technology. Sophie, what is your question? We're running at the end of the hour, but we want to just make sure we acknowledge you.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So I have a house. It's a rental property in Florida,
Mhm.
and it was on the market for 10 days now, and it's not rented yet. I'm just worried if it stay in the market for a while. So what's your advice on this case?
And you say you have a rental property?
Yes, I do. I mean, locally I do, but this one I'm not local in Florida. I don't live in Florida.
Okay. Are you using property management?
Correct. Yeah.
And they can't rent a property in Florida?
It's in Pensacola. I mean,
Okay.
the house is beautiful.
Yes.
It just, I don't know if that's normal or not. It
Listen,
has been 10 days.
Pensacola, that's practically on the Gulf. I love Pensacola. That's about 6.5 hours from me in Huntsville, Alabama. So I know the
It's
area.
beautiful.
Yeah, I know you
Yeah.
there. So listen, there may be something wrong with the pricing. Take a look at that.
Okay.
And take a look at what the average rents are going for. Now, tell me, does it have a water view? Can you view the
No, it's not, but it's
okay.
10 minutes from the beach,
It's 10 minutes from the beach.
from Perdido Beach and Pensacola Beach.
All right. And now is it long-term rental?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do because it's far away. I would love to do Airbnb, just
Mhm.
too much headache.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. There are people that can handle that for you, just like they handle. So a lot of people do Airbnb long distance as well. You just have to have a team that can help you to do that. But I see what you're doing. So I would take a look if I were you. What are we charging for the rent? Because I can't believe at this day and time that somebody hasn't just jumped on that with both feet. A rental that's 10 minutes away from the beach, beautiful home. How many beds? How many baths?
3 and 2 bathroom, and it's beautiful. I mean, when I say it's beautiful, I could live in that house.
Okay.
I have some other rental property. I say no, I will not live in that. So
Okay, Sophie, I need you to go ahead because we're putting this out on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and Twitter. Who are you, and how can people get a hold of you? Because this is going out. We're putting this up today. Somebody's going to hear this and call you and say, "Listen, I know how we can get this house rented." Tell us about yourself.
sure. So I am on cybersecurity. Rental property is just side thing. I'm just fascinated by because my dad does this job,
Mhm.
but I am cybersecurity manager and compliance manager, and I have very professional
Mhm.
certification and degree on IT and cybersecurity.
Mhm.
I am trying. It's just curiosity, and my dad does the rental property. That's why I'm doing that. I have a couple properties in Kansas. That's where I live.
Mhm.
So, Sophie,
And
best way for people to get a hold of you so that if they're interested, they can, get in contact and get it off the market.
yeah, it's on my. I think I'm sharing my LinkedIn on my account, and also my information. I mean, I don't know. I'm not very active in Clubhouse as well. I don't know how
My
to.
recommendation, because we're streaming this on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, they won't be able to see your Clubhouse profile. So if you have like an email you're comfortable sharing or something like that, we just want to help drive people to
I
you.
will. Do you want me to share it here now?
Yeah.
Just like if you
Okay.
can out loud or anything you're comfortable with, or if you can say follow me on Instagram, something so that people can get in contact with you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I share my email right now. Thank you.
All right. So, people won't be able to see that. You need to. Can you just tell us what your email is?
Yeah, just say it.
WH dot NHERRADDI at gmail.com.
One more time.
WH dot NHERRAD as a Dave I at gmail.com.
All right. Thank you so much. So hopefully, folks, listen, reach out to her, see if we can help her to get that property rented. Jared, we're at the top of the hour now. I am showing on the screen the amortization our interest cancellation technology, the opportunity cost calculator. In here, we have a mortgage of $200,000. We have a car loan, and we have a credit card at 21% of $2,000. And as you can see on the top three windows, John and Rebecca Jones here are going to save $179,000 in interest they'll never have to pay, and they're going to pay it all off in 7.7 years just by following this program like a financial GPS. Jared, back to you. Let's close it out.
All right, all right. So once again, I want to thank the Black Think Tank for allowing us to share this with your community. So definitely click that greenhouse and follow their club. Also, I'm going to throw Don's club up at the top real quick. We do these rooms typically in Don's club Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. This month, we'll be doing the Wednesday rooms in the Business Over Breakfast Club. So you definitely don't want to miss Don there. So if you want to make sure you see Don in your hallway, the easiest way to do it is by clicking on his profile, giving him a follow, and clicking that always on notification button next to the follow button, because he is all over Clubhouse in the best real estate rooms, dropping this P.I.L.L method knowledge. But up at the top right now is the P.I.L.L method club. So go ahead and click that real quick and follow it. I'll be replacing it with the spiritual money mindset link in a second. So go ahead and click that link and follow the club, follow Don. And then we're going to want you to follow these moderators as well. So we're going to do a quick moderator outros because these amazing moderators will enhance your Clubhouse experience. They all give amazing value. Make sure to check out their bios and get in touch with them wherever their expertise is. And then Don is going to close it out with some final words. Before we go to moderator outros, Don, do you want to say anything, any final words before you go around?
Listen, folks, you want to be at the developing a spiritual money mindset before it sells out. Get your tickets today. Click on that link and do exactly that. I see Ashley is going ahead and flashing. Thank you, Miss Ashley, giving us a clap, because you know she was giving me a little advice on how to inspire people to go ahead and get those tickets now. It will sell out. So go ahead and get your tickets today. Don't be left out of this fabulous, fabulous program. We'll see you in Nashville in May 20th through the 22nd.
Perfect. Yep, the link is at the top. I'll be there. Amazing people will be there. So definitely pull up. All right, cool. So we're going to go from the bottom to the top. And everybody can just give some quick moderator outros. We want everybody to know who you are and what you do. So we got the amazing A. Miller on the stage. If you're free, I would love for you to give a quick outro.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. And I'm so thankful to be here, and I'm excited to be at Don's amazing mindset mastermind on May 20th. So get your tickets if you haven't gotten your tickets. But my name is Ashante Miller, and I'm a real estate investor and entrepreneur. And you can find out more about what I do on my Instagram. My website is also on my Instagram and also on my bio. But again, Don, I'm so happy for you. I'm so just excited about what you're doing with Jared, ET, and all of the other people that are going to be a part of it. And I'm excited to be there and just learn and soak it all in. So I'll throw it to the next person.
Awesome. And yeah, if you're not following Ashante on Instagram, you are seriously missing out. So definitely make sure you follow her here and then go down to her Instagram and follow her. Check out her Instagram stories and her reels. A lot of amazing stuff she's doing and a lot of great content. All right. So we're going to go to Black Think Tank last. So Ope, if you're free, we'd love for you to give a quick outro.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for this room. The information that you've shared, ICE, has been amazing. I actually am a metaverse onboarder and tour guide. I help people to get onboarded and acclimated to the metaverse, different metaverse platforms, and I am all things metaverse, Web 3.0, NFTs, and fashion NFTs, and wearables and things of that nature. So thank you again, Jared, for this, for inviting me up and allowing me to hear this amazing information session. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you are curious about the metaverse, she's an absolute must follow. And just
follow her anyways because she's an innovator and she does a lot of amazing things. All right, Giuseppe, you're up next. All right, Giuseppe's away, but definitely make sure you follow Giuseppe. He's one of the most active people I know on Clubhouse. So if you're like, where are the rooms on Clubhouse? Giuseppe is an amazing person to follow. Up next is Coffee, and Coffee is typically with their students at this time. So another amazing woman on Clubhouse, off of Clubhouse. Check out her bio. She does so many amazing things in so many different amazing areas. And check out her replays. Vernita, you're up next. All right, Benita might be away as well, but she is all things Black. She has amazing content. Check out her replays, and she has just some amazing point of views and thought perspectives on how to make the Black culture pop and why we make the culture pop as Black people. All right, up next is Ashley.
Hey, y'all. This has been an amazing, amazing session. Don, you are definitely the ice, the expert indeed. So much value provided in this session today. So I greatly appreciate the opportunity to tap in. And this event is going to be incredible. Such an amazing opportunity for you all to learn even more. If you think you learned a lot right here during this session, you're guaranteed to learn so much more, not only from Don, but from Jared and all of the incredible speakers that's on the lineup. So congratulations to you all in advance on a successful event. I know it's going to be epic. I hope you all have a great Friday. Hey, Black Think Tank, good to see you.
Yeah, Ashley again is another must follow. She's got some amazing rooms. If you're a woman, a Black woman, or a woman in general, you definitely want to check out her rooms that she hosts, the women networking rooms and all of that. It's really great. And she's also a co-host of Business Over Breakfast, where Don will be on Wednesday dropping crazy gems. And I highly recommend you check out the replays in his bio from Business Over Breakfast. He tore it down. All right, up next is Credit Goddess.
Hey everyone, great room as well. And I didn't even realize that we were in a Black think tank club, but so glad that we're able to be in different rooms and different clubs so we can share this information, because this is where all of our money is going when we're financing. And just learning from Don, I'm learning not to say that, hey, improve your credit so you can have lower payments, but we also need to talk about how to save on interest costs altogether. So this is what I'm sharing with my credit clients. Don't be afraid. Yeah, just because your credit is low, you can pay off your mortgage, your car note, your credit card bills, even if you have bad credit or low credit. But it's just understanding this information. So I'm glad that we're able to go through different platforms and different clubs to share this information. And I'm a proud expert of the P.I.L.L method. I'm the official credit expert. So any of you guys that are interested in my services, whether it's personal credit and even business credit, I help you improve your credit so that way you can gain access to other people's money, because good credit is the key to accessing other people's money. So if you're stuck, like most people, like I can't get my score up to 670, what's going on? Definitely tap in with me. Let's book a detailed credit analysis and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Sometimes you are in the right place. It's just that time could be the main factor, and we can manipulate that by maybe adding some trade lines that will give you that age to kind of get you over that hump. But if you don't know if you need it or not, or if you're in the best position, definitely tap in with me. I'm like that doctor. I don't believe in giving a prescription without a diagnosis. So let me look into your credit profile. Don't be shy. Let me tell you exactly what you need to do so that way we can get you to that next level. The number is in my bio. Send your name and email address to 888-557-5778. A link will be sent to you to either book your free consultation where I tell you how my services work. But if you want me to look at your credit profile, definitely book that detailed credit analysis so that way we can have that chat and you'll be enlightened on what exactly that you need to do and empowered to go ahead and implement the strategies that I give you over the phone. So if you definitely need that, definitely tap in with me. I'm so honored to be here as usual. I'm a big supporter of the P.I.L.L method. But we'll see you on Sunday. Thank you guys so much for being here.
That's right. So we'll be here Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Not sure if we'll be in the Black Think Tank or the Pill Method Club, but the best way to make sure you're there is to click on Don's profile, give him a follow, click that always on notification, because Don is never in any rooms with drama. He's only in rooms with value and integrity. So you definitely want to make sure you have the alerts on when Don pops on stages, and be with us at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday. So my name is Jared Albritton. I've been in the tech space for over 15 years. Came on Clubhouse with the goal of increasing diversity in tech. So I do a lot of rooms around the tech space, the startup space, in terms of helping diverse founders get funded. Also do rooms where we'll have 40 recruiters on stages from companies like Google, Amazon, Netflix, Twitter, you name it, they're on the stages. We got over 100 people jobs in 2021 through my rooms. And now I've expanded it to Twitter Spaces, where we're doing the same thing. But also, I'm really passionate about the metaverse, which is why yesterday I partnered with OPay, and we did a room, had over 2,300 people come through the room, where we talked about current events in the metaverse, current events in the NFT space, the crypto space. And then at the end, we talked about Web 3.0 careers, crypto careers. And we had a ton of amazing people talk about all the different job opportunities in the Web 3.0 space. Definitely would love for you to click on my bio and check out that replay. Share it with your kids, your family, your friends, because we want to be early adopters in this space. And that's why I'll be in Nashville May 20th to the 22nd, talking about how to have a spiritual money mindset when it comes to the metaverse, when it comes to crypto, when it comes to NFTs, because we want to be here now, so that as it goes to the top, we're rising with it. And I want people to feel empowered about technology and understand that you can do it too, even if you feel like you're not technical enough, if you feel like you're too old, whatever you think that makes you feel disempowered against getting into the space. I want you to feel empowered about it. And also, I'll share a lot about my journey and how I got to where I'm at, and how I'm going to get to where I'm going. Look forward to seeing you all there. Make sure to click the link at the top and get tickets. And I'm going to pass the mic to Black Think Tank, the man that is leading this amazing club, so that he can give a quick outro and anything else you want to add. So, Black Think Tank, pass it to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Jared. Appreciate that. Thank you, Don, for coming. I'm just honored for you guys to be here in the Black Think Tank. You know that I'm a huge, huge supporter whenever I'm talking about getting the bag, keeping the bag, saving the bag, investing, passing down to the next generation, paying less in taxes. I'm talking about, when I'm talking about the saving part, I'm talking about Don, because he can literally save you a tremendous amount of money. And to be honest, it can beat over time. It can beat a lot of investments that we have, short term and long term, because you're paying so much less in interest. Not only that, though, his methodology is proven by the numbers. So definitely check him out. It's worth it. And if you don't believe it, just go to that sheet, the worksheet that he has, and see if you actually can save some money. I strongly believe by the numbers that he can help you, though. And I guess it's not a belief; it's just a fact. The numbers prove otherwise, that he can actually help you. So, anyways, I just want to give a shout out to Ashley and Jared and Credit Goddess and Renita. Giuseppe. We have a lot of folks in here that we did interviews on. Check out the replays too. A Miller, everybody that's on the stage. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm gonna give it back to you, Jared.
Awesome. Yeah, no, man, you're a powerhouse. We really appreciate you. And yeah, make sure you click that greenhouse at the top and follow the club. And make sure you're following Don. If you haven't done so already, click that always on notification. Because like I said, he's in the best real estate rooms, the best financial advising rooms. He's in the Black Think Tank. So if you're new to Clubhouse, if you're not familiar, your hallway is curated by who you follow. And if you turn on alerts for people that add a lot of value, you're going to be in the right rooms at the right time, getting the right information. And I highly endorse every single moderator that's on this stage. And also check out the people that is above you, to the left of you, to the right of you, and the bottom of you. The Black Think Tank just always has Black excellence. So even if they're not on the stage, there's a lot of connections that can be made, and our network is our net worth, and the network on this stage is pretty powerful. So make sure that you're always a part of the network by giving them a follow. And especially my man Don here, that just is doing God's work with the P.I.L.L method. So with Don, I'm going to give you the final word, and then we're going to go ahead and close out, because I know you got clients that are looking to save 75% of lifetime interest cost. So I want to make sure you get back to them. But Don, any last words before we go out?
Yes, definitely, Jared. Thank you so very much, Jared, for what you do. Thank you, all the moderators. Thank you for Kurt Nugent, who's running the online portion of what we're doing, and all the moderators on the stage, especially Richard Olson and the Black Think Tank crew. We appreciate you today. I want to leave you with this. I want you to make sure that you pay attention to the link up above. Get to the developing a spiritual money mindset. Don't miss out on this fabulous event. It's not just an event. It's going to be an experience that you've never had before. It's transformational. You want to be there. And I'm not going to give you the last word. We're going to hear from our keynote speaker, who's going to give you the last word. I want to tell you, be there. Listen, if you want success like you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Come on, Dr. Eric Thomas, take us out.
This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Your grandma counting on you to do the right thing. Your mama counting on you. Your cousins, your brothers and sisters are counting on you to cash in on this opportunity. Everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. There are kids that don't eat like you eat. They're at the same university. They don't get what you get. But with this right here, your skill set, this thing can take you wherever you want to go, and then take your kids wherever you want them to go. You know how many people would die to have the gear y'all got? You know how many people would die to get on these planes and travel the world? You know how many people would die to have your life? And you got it. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. I want you to chant it out. This is it. Be phenomenal or be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten. Last time. 1, 2, 3. Be phenomenal, be forgotten.